I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off and hand out. Bro talk, what's that about?
Yo, what's going on, people? You know who it is, your favorite, the People's Champ, Tate Wiz, of course, coming live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bird at TAE_WIGGS. Of course, the link to my website is down below. First and foremost, I want to jump right into the Philadelphia 76ers assistant coach, Lloyd Pierce, gets the Atlanta Hawks head coaching job. You know, he has stops in Memphis, stops in Golden State, and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the past 5 seasons. So, with that being said, Lloyd Pierce will be the new head coach of Atlanta Hawks. What he can bring to the team, probably a change of a culture to show them the winning way. Even though he was part of some good systems, you know, he just got part of winning now in Philadelphia. Can he carry what he learned from Golden State and Cleveland down to the A? You know, if he can get that team back down that road in the hot Atlanta, sky's the limit for them. We're going to see what they're going to do in the offseason, see what type of people he's going to add to his coaching staff. And of course, you know what matters the most? The NBA draft lottery. That happens about in 3 more days. So we're going to see how that's going to go. The Charlotte Hornets got a new head coach. Coming from the San Antonio Spurs background, James Boringo. If I'm not saying that, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, sorry in advance. But he would be the new head coach of the Charlotte Hornets. Even though we know the Hornets running mid-cup check, was a long-time GM of the Lakers. So we're going to see what the Charlotte Hornets can do. How can they change their culture? You know, they haven't been in the playoffs for the last couple of years. Kemba Walker want to get to the playoffs now. He's ready. He feels like he has blossomed to a player. So we're going to see what they're going to do down here, of course, where I stay, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Second and foremost, David Fizdale is now the head coach of the New York Knicks. And what people are not talking about Fizdale, he was on the coaching staff with the Miami Heat. Him and the star player, the Memphis Grizzlies, butted heads. Marc Gasol didn't like his approach. And therefore, after a 7-12 start in the season, they gave him the boot. I do not know why. He should never got booted that early. I know players and coaches do butt heads. But that was kind of early, so it's way more to that picture or magnitude of that, what was coming out of there in Memphis. So we know David Fizdale would be coaching the New York Knicks. But I do want to tell you guys this, breaking news alert, breaking news. So I'm hearing, you know, putting pieces together, seeing different things. So what I heard, that Clutch Sports Management, LeBron James' agent, was spotted in New York talking to Fizdale. I don't know how true this is, but this is what I've been hearing through some speculations, you know. I do know some people of some people. But if this is correct, could this be either win, if the Cavaliers do win the championship or not? Will this be LeBron James' last year in the Cavaliers jersey? He left the first time. He not scared to do it the second time. Because you know, reports is coming out saying LeBron James want to play more off the ball in the next couple of seasons, so he can save his body and save some of that energy for longevity. So if this is true, could this be LeBron James' last year? Could he leave the land and go to the Big Apple? We're gonna have to see about that one, because that's gonna be tricky right there. It depends on what the Cavaliers do as well. So you never know what LeBron James is gonna do. He's a man of many options. But third of all, Milwaukee Bucks are looking for a new coach as well. Right now, on their high list right now is Becky Hammond, the former WNBA standout star. She was one of the assistant coaches on the San Antonio Spurs. So this probably be a good look. You already had lady NBA referees coming to the game. Why not give a woman a shot to coach a men's basketball team? And of course, David Blatt name's getting attached to all the coaches' vacancies around the NBA. So right now, we know the Milwaukee Bucks has that high on their list now, Becky Hammond and David Blatt. Wish those two the best of luck. And one thing before I talk about playoffs, Klay Thompson right now is discussion with a contract with the Golden State Warriors. Maybe they know sometime after 2019 he would become a free agent. He can get somewhere between 80-something million north of that contract. So he said he wanted to spend his career in Golden State. We got to see how that's going to go. He's willing to take a pay cut So that's a good thing for him, especially a good thing for the owners of the Golden State Warriors. So with all that being said, we got the Western Conference Finals starting up, but the NBA Championship Finals schedule came out as well. Game 1 would be May 31st. That is a 9 p.m. game. That is a Thursday. June 3rd. That's a Sunday game. That's 8 p.m. Game 3 is June 6th. Remember these dates, people. It's June 6th. That's a Wednesday. That's a 9 p.m. game. Then you got Game 4. That is June 8th. That's on a Friday. That's a 9 p.m. game. Also, Game 5 would be June 11th, 9 p.m., which is a Monday. June 14th is Game 6. That's a Thursday at 9 p.m. Then again, Game 7 will end on Sunday, 8 p.m. game. That would be June 17th. So that was the NBA Finals Championship TV and night schedule. First and foremost, I want to talk about the firing of the Toronto Raptors head coach, Dwayne Casey. I said it before when I said the season started, that series started. I said the Cavaliers still game 1. They went on to sweep the Raptors and stuff like that. I was saying if they would have got swept, either you got to trade Kyle Lowry or DeMar DeRozan, or you fire the coach. And I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but just as when I seen, because in the last couple of years that he faced LeBron James, 2016, 4-1, 17 and 18, they both got swept. And the whole thing is, you didn't see them make any type of, they made no progress. It's like they lost game 1, they got demoralized. And you were trying to figure out, when is this team going to take another big chunk, another big step? The way to beat the Cavaliers, you have to shoot threes. You do not come down the court and trying to pound the middle. LeBron James, Kevin Love, them guys want to clog up the paint. And certain teams don't do that. It's just different things you're going to see. And when you're doing that stuff, you got to keep it going. And when you seeing that Dwayne Casey got fired, people's like, oh, that's breaking news. Yeah, it's breaking news because he won Coach of the Year. When he won Coach of the Year, that's a slap in the face. And I feel like anybody will take on Dwayne Casey. And it's kind of mind-boggling that he got fired 36 hours after he played the Cavaliers. Then he didn't get Coach of the Year, and he got fired 14, 15 hours after that. So that was disgusting. That was very disgusting. I thought Dwayne Casey should have kept his job. Either you move Kyle or you move DeMar DeRozan. They need a new change of scenery because DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, they too buddy-buddy. It's like when they lose, it's like, we lost, on to the next, let's get on with our lives. You got to be hungry out there if you want to win. Like I said, you got to move either DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry. But who would take on Kyle Lowry contract? That's a big contract because he never shows up in the playoffs. Then you got DeMar DeRozan. He be absent too because he shoot like 27% from the three-point line. He don't shoot threes. You don't need him doing that as well. You need him to attack the hole more. You need Kyle Lowry to take more threes. He play aggressive in the first half, then he get lost in the second half. I was in Kyle Lowry. Then you got some games Kyle Lowry would play terrible in the first half and would show up in the second. They gotta find some way to keep that. He can put that together in one game because when you play like that, you leaving the door open for the other team to come step on your doormat and wipe their feet off and move on to the next round. And as I talk about Dwayne Casey, we're gonna talk about other coaches that I don't think people's not telling you about around ESPN and other platforms and Fox Sports. Not taking jabs, but by me doing my own due diligence of homework. Coaches that got fired after LeBron James either had swept them in the playoffs. We got Michael Curry, Detroit Pistons. He got swept 4-0 back in 2009. Vinny Del Negro, who was 4-1 in 2010 when he had the Raptors. Then you got Jim Boylan, who's now part of the Cavaliers coaching staff. He's on the Milwaukee Bucks. He got swept by LeBron James in 2013. Then you go on to Tom Thibodeau, who lost to LeBron James 4-2. That was the 2015 season, but altogether lost to him in 2011, 2013, and 2015. The Cavaliers right there. And now added to this, now Dwayne Casey in 2018. 16 and 17 and 18. Like I said, 2016, he lost to the Cavaliers 4-1. Then last year, 4-0. Now this year, 4-0. So people were saying it's the to me what I see it's the effect of LeBron James. You got to put the right personnel out there to beat him, and it's not all the coach's fault. Like I keep telling everybody, coaches, the players play, but it's up to the coaches put the players out there, but it's up to the player to execute that play. If you don't execute that play, it make the coach look bad. But if you execute that play and it looks good, the coach is the man. And they get the praise to the coaches when he draws a good play. If it don't work, the first thing they do is blame the player. Then they come back on the coach. For instance, I'm going to use this for an example. Brad Stevens draws up good inbounds plays in late game situations. Once his team complete that play and make a basket, the coach is a genius. The coach is a genius. They forget that the player made that pass and made that bucket. But as soon as he make that bucket, that's a great play drawn up by Brad. But at the same time, they should be like, you know what? That play was well executed. Let's give credit when it's due. The player made the play, but we can go back and give the credit to the coach. Yes, the coach drew up the play so that play can happen. If that play didn't happen from the coach, who else is the play going to happen from? It got to happen from the player. So yes, the coach drew it up, but you got to get a player to respect first before you jump to the coach. When you jump straight to that coach and get the coach to respect first, I lose respect because the coach didn't go out there and make the basket. He got to draw it up to make sure it worked. Once it worked, then the television or the announcer say, you know what? Great play. Nice way to execute that play. First of all, let's give kudos to the players for executing that. Then we go piggyback. Then you say, you know what? Second of all, let's go piggyback on that. Second, let's go back to the coach who made that play. He get credit too. Give the players the credit first. The players are out there sweating these uniforms, putting that work in. And the first thing they do when the player make the play, the first thing they do is congratulate the coach. I understand that. It's the belly of the beast. You can't get mad at that, but at the same time, let's be more thoughtful of the players too. The players go out there and perform every night for the thousands of people. Thousands. Hatred, being name called, some getting cheered, some getting booed, some getting love. But at the same time, you gotta respect that player at that present time. Hey, the player made that play. Congratulations. Then second, hey, we're gonna get a coach some love. Like they do. They never do. It's the opposite. As we go into that, like I said, when Dwayne Casey got fired, regular season, 320 wins and 238 losses. But playoff record-wise, it was awful. 21-31, way under 500. I keep telling everybody, as I was in Toronto, Canada, very nice city, very nice. I was talking to some people up there, and I was asking them about piggybacking. I was asking about them, how do y'all feel about Dwayne Casey? It was mixed emotions. Some felt like he was a good coach. Some didn't like Dwayne Casey because some people told me they didn't like him because they couldn't beat LeBron James. They said it's time to get rid of Kyle Lowry and get a better point guard. That's what I kept getting when I was talking to different people in Toronto. If you don't believe me, go look at one of my videos when I'm on vacation that says Toronto Raptors fans and Dwayne Casey. You will see that these young guys and this elderly guy gave me more power and more knowledge of what they was hearing and seeing up there in Toronto on their TSN network. That's the ESPN of Canada right there. And they were saying, Dwayne Casey need to be more of a fiery coach. They was telling me that Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are too buddy-buddy. But that's what's going to happen. You put a teammates together for so long, for 5 or 6 years. They pick up this mutual bond. They become more beyond brothers. They're more like a family because they see each other 82 games a season, but other than that, they with each other about another 100 and something days, of course, through the season. So when you're going through that, there's going to be some emotions there attached. But they should have moved on from Kyle Lowry and got another point guard. And I couldn't agree with that. That's their opinion. They're entitled to it. That's all I'm asking for, just your opinion. Like I said, you can head over to the website at Dante1910. .winksite.com is down below, man. I keep telling everybody, man, I want your opinion. I need some feedback. See what y'all think, because I see it all through my timelines. I want y'all to put something up on the timeline, put a little video up and at me in it. I can respond back to it. That's all I'm asking for. Now, as we get ready for these Final Fours of the Western and Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 is tomorrow at 3:30. The Cavaliers take on the Boston Celtics. In head-to-head win matchups, the Cavaliers win this series. They was up 2-1 in the regular season. You look at the field goal percentage, the Boston Celtics shooting 45%, the Cavaliers were 48 points in this game. The Celtics averaged 104, the Cavaliers averaged 110 points per. Downtown, the Celtics shooting 30%, the Cavaliers are shooting 37. And I'm making this prediction, Brad Stevens is a great coach. it's been a Cinderella season. It's funny that Kyrie asked for a trade. He get traded to Boston. The Cavaliers without Kyrie Irving, yes, they struggled, but they still made it to Eastern Conference Finals without him. The Boston Celtics, he goes to Boston, he's getting injured. This same young, scrappy team does the same thing. It goes to Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie Irving. And with that being said, if I had to pick a game, I got the Cavaliers coming out in Game 1, winning this game by 3 points. Looking for people to step up, to have a good game. X factors going to be, again, J.R. Smith, Kevin Love. I'm going to have Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, and it's going to shock you the next pick I'm going to have. I'm looking for Jordan Clarkson to at least give me 10 points. That's what I'm seeing. Cavaliers still Game 1. If they win Game 1, folks, listen to me. If they win Game 1 on the Celtics floor, it's a good possibility that the Cavaliers will come back and win Game 2. If they win both them games at the Garden, you got to come home for 3 and 4, because we know the Boston Celtics in the playoffs on the road 3 and abysmal 7. So if they come to Cleveland down 0-2, you only 3 and 7 in the NBA playoffs, their season going to end there. It's a possible sweep, but I'm going to give you 5 games. And the game I give you will be Game 2. If some way, if you can't pull Game 2 out and the Cavaliers steal that Game 2 as well, there's a possibility you may get sweep. And if the Cavaliers sweep, LeBron James and gang will get 10 days off until the next series start. That would be May 31st, Thursday p.m. That will be on ABC NBA Finals. And the whole situation, I was talking about that before I talked about the Warriors and Rockets. Kyrie Irving, he had some debris in his knee. It was infected. You look at the young guys they picked up. They got Terry Rozier and Marcus Smart. Terry Rozier got 1 year left on his contract. And it's funny because I said this last person that wore 11 in that Boston area was Drew Bledsoe. He got hurt. They took him to the AFC Championship. He got hurt. Tom Brady took over the Super Bowl. The rest is history. They won Super Bowl. Now you got Terry Scary Rozier doing the same thing. We're number 11. Maybe we're number 12. Kyrie Irving number 11. So I'm saying about this, the players who have worn number 11 got dethroned by the person wearing number 12. Will Danny Ainge trade Kyrie Irving? Or will he retain him? Because I keep telling everybody, once Gordon Hayward come back, the offense will be run through Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward had Brad Stevens in college at Butler University. So what I'm seeing is, what will the Celtics do? Would they trade Kyrie Irving to another team and rely more on Terry Rozier, who I think is a budding star, who is coming to his own? He's just picked his game up another notch. Not only did he play behind an all-star point guard, Isaiah Thomas, he actually played behind another one, and Kyrie Irving. And he's only getting better and better. He's matured as a young man and taking over. I got the Cavs at 5, Golden State Warriors and Houston Rockets. This season series, Warriors 1, Rockets 2, and the shooting percentage of these teams are ridiculous. Field goal percentage, Houston Rockets 48%, Warriors 53 points per. They both knotted up at 117 points per game. 3-point percentage is ridiculous. The Rockets 36 and the Warriors 48% clip. So I mean, 9 times out of 10, the Golden State Warriors 1 or 2 tries, they're going to hit a 3. That means, realistically, Houston, Clint Capella, and those guys have to rebound. No second chance shots for the Golden State Warriors. If you're going to beat them, you have to rebound, and you have to play with a fast-paced tempo. Rebound and guard the 3. It may sound easy, but it's very difficult to do. Guard the 3 and rebound. And people are asking me who you picking in this series. For some reason, James Harden and Chris Paul playing some of the best basketball right now in their career. I got the Rockets in 6. I got the Rockets winning Game 1 at home. I got the Rockets winning Game 2 and going back to the Oracle up 2-0. So those are my predictions. I got Games 1 for both teams. Cavs winning by 3. I got the Rockets winning by 6 at home in front of their fans at the Toyota Center. So this is going to be James Harden We've seen games where he fold under pressure. Can this be the year James Harden step up to the plate and say, you know what, forget it. Let's do this. Let's go on to the NBA Finals. Because history says most teams that win 65-plus games go on and be in the NBA championship. So can history repeat itself and stay the same? With that being said, you know who it is. Yours truly, Tay Wiz, coming live and direct for the Man Cave. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.